Hi, my furniture friends. I wish you all a wonderful 2024. This is Andy, and today I'll be transforming this locker. This video is part of the New Year New to You challenge hosted by Crystal from the Crafty Creech DIYs and Furniture Flips, and co-hosted by DIYs by Dar. I'll leave a link to the playlist below where great YouTubers will be doing wonders with their pieces. I bought this $2 locker for $20 in Facebook Marketplace, and it was in pretty rough condition. I had been wanting one for a long time because I need somewhere to store my tools and paints, so this project will be for me. As you can see, it is quite dirty, rusty, and full of gouges. It's got only 2 metal shelves, so I'll have to add more. The right door was the most damaged one. I started with my pliers to try and make it less deformed. I know it will never be perfect, and I do not have an anvil to hammer it against. However, this piece will be for me, so I just need it to be functional. Then it was time to clean this piece. I first vacuumed everything to get rid of the dust and solid residues. I then scraped some of the gunk and continued with some dish soap, trying to get as much dirt as possible from the interior of the piece. After rinsing everything, I started sanding. I used regular sandpaper to get rid of the rust and make the surface smooth. This is the first time that I am flipping an all-metal piece, but I will treat it as any piece, and I'll follow my typical renovation techniques. Then it was time to start scuff sanding the whole piece. I started with the doors. This one had some silicone stuck there. Then I continued creating some texture for my paint to adhere and getting rid of any dust. It was quite a lot of sanding, but it was important to do it, since this finish is probably oil-based enamel that must have been sprayed on the surface, and I want to brush chalk paint on top of it. There you can see a big gouge. I'll hammer it a bit, but I'll cover it with epoxy putty later. Then it was time to scuff sand the whole piece. The idea here is to get rid of as much rust as possible and to have a smooth surface. Of course, the top was important too. The top was in pretty good shape, but I wanted to give it a little bit of extra protection, so I sprayed this black enamel to seal it. I used this wire brush to get rid of the rust in any place where my sander could not reach. Then I mixed some Bondo. This 2-part epoxy putty is strong, and I have to work fast because it is very hot here in Santiago. It was dry and rock solid in 10 minutes, so I could sand it immediately. Well, it wouldn't be me if I didn't have some gold. The next day I started painting. I mixed some green I had left with some black to get this dark sage green. At the beginning I was in love with the color, however, it dried too dark and I didn't have any more green paint. So I soon decided that this green was going to be my first coat and I would choose a different color. I turned the piece upside down to focus my attention on the legs and the bottom. After cleaning, I started with the first coat in the whole piece. So, I applied the first coat inside and outside. If you like this content, don't forget to like this video, so YouTube's algorithm decides to show it to more people. If you like this kind of content, please subscribe and join this family of flipping furniture. Well, here you can see that the color got really dark. The next day I mixed some blue and black to get a custom dark blue. And I loved it. At first I thought the green would combine with my plants, but blue combines with my furniture and I love it. I'm going to apply this stencil to make the doors more beautiful and to camouflage the dents a little. I'm painting with some acrylic gold paint. After applying the stencil, I used an artist brush to erase any gold spill. After a couple of hours, it was time to seal the piece with some water-based poly in satin finish. I gave the inside 2 coats, and I gave the outside of the lockers 3 coats with water-based polyurethane for exterior use. Using the 2 existing metal trays as a template, I drew the shelves I'd be cutting. I had to use both because the cabinets have different widths. One of the things I want to do is to hang my saws on the doors, so the new shelves should be shorter than the existing metal ones. So I measured how much I need to deduct from the templates and then drew the new length. My Milo, always inspecting. I want to thank each one of you who has supported my channel through the Buy Me a Coffee app or through my Amazon wishlist. Your help is always a source of happiness. I'll leave a link on the description below. You can also support me through the Super Thanks button. I used this blank as a guide to get straight cuts. I want to thank my wonderful and loyal members. Thank you for being a part of my life. My members enjoy exclusive content, extra videos, and special posts, so you can consider joining the channel. I wish hand sanding were this fast. After painting the new shelves, I measured the space in order to place them. I'll be using these corner braces with bolts, washers, and nuts. To place the rest of the braces, I'll be using my level to have everything nice. Now it is time to get rid of the plants. After cleaning the place where the lockers will go, I moved the piece into place. Do you remember that awful undated locker? Here it is now. It is so beautiful, and I can't believe how elegant it looks. I'll be storing all my tools and paints there. It is elegant but funny, and it is totally functional. I love it so much. Thank you for watching the video. I'll leave a link to the playlist where you can see all the beautiful pieces that will appear in this challenge. And thanks Crystal and Dar for hosting this fun New Year's challenge. I hope you liked it. See you in the next one.